The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. They have a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, $50 in bonus funds when you use promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Friday afternoon, August 22nd, around 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Scott and Lonte, once again joined by Lonte Smith. Together to break down the games for Saturday. Lonte, how's it going with you? We were talking about golf before we actually went live on the show. How have you been? I know there's been some golf on. Yeah. There's been some soccer if you follow that, but
not really.
Bit quiet for baseball this morning or this afternoon. So how are you holding up?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. It's about to take a little bit. Baseball's about to take a little bit of backseat in the mainstream because we got week 0 and then college football is rolling out.
You excited for week 0? You got any plays in already?
Just Kansas State, over UNLV, and forgot who they're playing, but
Armageddon.
Love Kansas as well. And
UNLV is playing Idaho State, by the way.
Yeah, Idaho State. Yeah, like the over.
I would know because I already have UNLV minus 26.5.
Yeah, I'm pretty down on UNLV, but I think they'll both will score. But yeah, man, see, baseball's taking a little bit of a backseat, but that means we can get a little bit more value, hopefully. But we got the Red Sox, Yankees. We got some good series though. This weekend, so far better than what we had last weekend. That's for sure.
Yep, definitely true. Should be fun. I'll ask you one college football question, though, before we officially get started. Avery Johnson, yay or nay?
In what aspect? What are we talking?
I'll put it this way.
Like, is he good,
I was not a fan last year, and people were expecting some type of leap from him because he had upside, and it's why Will Howard left and eventually won a title. Worked out for him at Ohio State. But you a fan of Avery Johnson? Because I feel like I still don't know if he can actually pass accurately.
Yeah,
and that's still a question mark that has never really, answered itself. We're going to see.
Yeah,
but I get the upside. I'm not sure if he's actually a good passer or not.
Yeah, to answer the question, he's not a good passer. He hasn't shown the ability to be a good passer, except for play action. He's like unbelievable in play action, but
yeah, he'll get some deep throw opportunities, but it feels like a lot of the underneath stuff.
Yeah, most quarterbacks are better in play action. But he has to play better this year. I mean, this is the Big 12 is wide open, so I'm in on Kansas State. So I'll say yes. I think he'll make the leaps. They got to get better at receiver. He has to be better, obviously, but yeah, I'm in on Kansas State. I got them to win the Big 12 at like 6-1.
I'm asking just because I'm curious. I think he's going to determine the game for better or worse for Kansas State on Saturday. Because Becht, I think, is pretty good for Iowa State. Should be a fun game, of course, overseas. So that's going to be a bit of a weirder game. But it's supposed to be close, but it might come down to turnovers. Johnson can be a bit careless with the ball, so he might single-handedly tank his Heisman candidacy with one questionable game against Iowa State. But I was curious. I think Becht is a better quarterback than Johnson by comparison, but they're different.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but wanted to mention that once again, college football does start tomorrow, so get excited and make sure you get your bets in on time. Anyway, before we get into any of the actual baseball games for Saturday, reminder that Sports Gambling Podcast is giving away a $1,000 Circa NFL future bet for free with the phrase that pays. Submit your phrase now at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. Once again, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase to have a chance to win the free $1,000 Circa NFL future bet. Anyway, starting off with the games on Saturday, you have the Red Sox taking on the Yankees. Red Sox won the opener because the Yankees had 4 errors, which felt like in about 2 innings, and the Yankees just kept stranding guys on base. You saw Anthony hit the home run in the 9th inning. Probably didn't matter because the Yankees couldn't score anyway, and Chapman ended up shutting the door. But the Yankees' winning streak got snapped. Boston snapped temporarily at least the skid, and now they are currently half a game behind the Yankees in the standings. Now, for the actual matchup here, you have Crochet against Warren. For the pricing, I see the Red Sox minus 130. I see the Yankees at plus 110. For the over-under, I see 8.5. So Crochet was really good against the Yankees in Fenway earlier this year. Then they kept him in too long, and Judge smashed one for a home run. The Yankees lost the game anyway, but the point is Crochet did really well against this team. Now, Warren, we know, has been better at home this season. He's been fine, a 7-5, 4.25 ERA, but a 2.86 ERA at home. He has allowed less than 3 earned runs in 5 straight. So he has been quite good as well. I like the under in this game at 8.5. I think 8.5 is pretty high when you have Crochet pitching anyway. I think I'll go with the Red Sox here at minus 130 because I just trust Crochet a bit more. But 8.5 feels pretty high for a total. Give me the under.
Yeah, I like under as well. You know what? I wanted to take a shot with the Yankees. I thought they would come out about 120 plus 120 or so, but I think this is fairly priced. But I'll just take a shot with the Yankees, especially with how well Warren's been pitching at home specifically. He didn't have a ton of success against the Yankees. Against the Red Sox. 4 earned in 5 1/3 versus Boston in June. Crochet's been shutting them down. 1 earned in both of his starts versus the Yankees, and obviously he's been amazing. 2 or less in 6 of his last 7. But I think Warren will go well here. You talked about his home numbers. 1.83 ERA in those last 5 games. So I think we see a low-scoring game if the Yankees kind of clean up some of the errors that they have or they continuously have. They just, for whatever reason, Boston's had the Yankees number this year. Sometimes it's like that in a rivalry, but I think this will be a close series. I think this will be a close game. So I'm going, 4-3 Yankees.
Yeah, I think that the Yankees could find a way to sneak this out, but in reality, I just don't think that this is a matchup where I really want to back the Yankees in. First of all, Boston's owned this team so far this season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Second of all, I think Crochet is just better than Warren, as simple as that. So I'll go with the Red Sox here. Yeah. What a mess of a series opener for this actual spot for the Yankees. 4 errors. I can handle the losing, but 4 errors in one division game in late August just can't happen at home. They just can't happen. But whatever. Both teams actively were trying not to win yesterday. Boston struck out, I don't know how many times the bases loaded. 5, maybe? They just stranded so many guys, too. So both teams were trying to hand the game over, but Boston got the job done. So, anything you want to add from yesterday's game?
No, brutal watch, for sure.
It was. Bunch of guys stranded on base from both sides.
Yeah, that was tough. But I thought the Red Sox pretty much let the Yankees off the hook simply what you were talking about, with just so many runners left on. And I think in a couple of those spots where they had bases loaded, I think maybe 1 out in a couple of those innings. So yeah, I think they let the Yankees off the hook. It probably just looked a lot better with the walk-off, or not the walk-off, but the home
run increased the margin.
Yeah, so, right.
But either way, moving on to the next game, you have the Blue Jays taking on the Marlins. Now for this one, you have Berrios against Junk. For the pricing here, I see Toronto minus 132. I see the Marlins at around plus 112. For the over-under, I see 8. So we know Toronto had a bad series against Pittsburgh. We also know that Vlad Jr. got injured, so we'll see when he is officially back in the lineup. Let me quickly see if he's actually listed for today's game, because I'm wondering if he's going to be automatically available for this game on Saturday.
I didn't see him I thought he was still on IL, but that was
he's not playing today. Okay. I don't believe he was ever put on IL, but I know for a fact that he's still battling the hamstring issue. So I'm assuming Vlad will not play this game either, but we'll see. He's available off the bench allegedly for Friday, so we'll see what happens. But Berrios in his last start was not very good. A 4 1/3, 10 hits, 6 runs against Texas. He was good before that, but still not exactly a good start last time out. As for Junk, he's been a pretty pleasant surprise for the Marlins, as he's 6-4. He's 6-2, with a 4.04 ERA, but he has given up at least 3 earned runs in 5 straight. So I'll ask you for this one, because actually it's 6 straight. He's given up at least 3 earned. Toronto's offense without Vlad's pretty ugly, but I think that Berrios is a better pitcher than Junk. So I'm kind of stuck. I thought about the under in this game, but any thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, I wanted to look over. I'm not the big Berrios guy. He's burned me a few times, fading him, actually. So it's kind of hard for me to get behind him. And I know you talked about the offense with Vlad being out. And Miami is like sputtering a little bit. And Junk's hit rate is up a bit. He's allowed 5 home runs in his last 4, 5+ runs in 2 of his last 3. So it's hard to kind of get behind him. I honestly kind of looked at the over, but I don't know if I trust Toronto's offense. But if you just compare it to what Junk has been as of late, can he just give them? He's basically just giving people 3 runs. So can they get a few more off the bullpen? I think so. So I would go over if I had to do anything. But 130 is probably about right.
It feels right to me too.
Yeah, it feels about right.
I don't see much value personally, but I'll go Toronto, but not really a strong opinion at all. I think it's a pass for me. If Vlad Jr. plays, then maybe I'll take Toronto. But without knowing that, I think I'm just going to pass.
100%.
Yep. Moving on to the next game, Nationals taking on the Phillies. You have Parker against Nola. Nola's a name that used to mean something. This year, not so much. 1-7, 6.92 ERA. He's made 1 appearance. since coming back from the injured list. He had not pitched since mid-May against the Nationals, and he wasn't very good. 2 1/3 innings, 6 earned runs. So basically the exact same as how he was before he got injured. So now it's a rematch, so he can't really do much worse than he did in his first start back against the Nationals. For this one, though, he's laying about 220. Nationals are about plus 185. For the over-under, I see 9 or 9.5. And for the run line, Philly minus 1.5 is minus 108. So for this game, I'll go with the over, simply put. I don't really trust the Nationals enough to win games. They ended up winning 2 out of 3 against the Mets, but I can't tell if that's because the Nationals woke up or the Mets suck. Probably option 2, because I had the Mets yesterday, and I mean, Manaea was rolling, then he fell apart, and they got destroyed. Stanek gave up the bomb to James Wood, who I don't think that ball's landed yet, and they fell apart. So
James was good, man. James was good.
Yeah, but the point is, though, the Mets had a chance to make up some ground, maybe, and they lost the series to Washington. So I think I'll go with the Nationals for the value, but I prefer the over. But Nola laying 220 is egregious based on his form this season. His Nationals are past, but give me the over is my favorite play.
Yeah, I love the over. I would look at a Phillies team total over. I mean, Parker's been he's been horrible. 12.38 ERA in 3 straight. In his last 3 games, he allowed 5 earned, and he didn't even get out of the first inning in that game. So both of these pitches combined for 11 earned in that game. I don't think we see maybe that much that early, but I do think we can probably see close to double-digit runs here. So I love the over. If you want to take Washington out of it and think maybe Nola has a better second start than he did first, then maybe I'll look at the team total over. But I love the first 5 over. I would even pivot to a first 3 over to make sure that you're getting
easily go off 4 else immediately.
Right, yeah. So I love the over in the spot. I can't lay that big of a number with Nola, though. So I can agree with you on like a bigger kind of swing with the Nationals, but I'm not betting that.
My swing for the Nationals would be maybe an alt team total over. Just fade Nola, ignore Parker, and hope the Nationals do their part.
That's fair. Yeah, love the over, though, so I'm with you.
So there we go. Moving on to the next game, Royals taking on the Tigers. For this one, you have Waka against Paddock. Speaking of bad pitchers, Paddock's pitching in this game. For the pricing here, Detroit is a favorite in this one. They're about minus 125. See the Royals around plus 105. For the over-under, I see 8.5. Now, I said a second ago that Paddock has not been very good this season. He is 4-11 with a 5.1 ERA. Joined Detroit, made a couple outings, and he's been very up and down. 6 innings, 1 run. 4 innings, 4 runs. 5 2/3, 1 run. 5 2/3, 8 runs. So I guess he's due for a good start if you want to follow the trend, but I don't trust him at all. I think Waka's better than him at this point. So give me Kansas City first 5. I'll go with the money line.
Yeah, I love Kansas City first 5 as well. I love them full game. Although Detroit's been playing really well, their offense is kind of broken out of that slump.
So is Kansas City.
I was just about to say, Kansas City's playing well also, and I think they're doing it in 2 totally different ways. Kansas City's doing it with their pitching and kind of just like timely hitting, and Detroit's doing it with more of just outscoring guys. So I'm not a Paddock guy. I think you share the same sentiments that I do.
He stinks.
He got shelled by Minnesota in his last start. Waka's got 3. He's got 2 or less in 7 straight. 3 of those 7 were on the road, so he's been fine on the road. I think he can withstand this Tigers offense. So I like the Royals. I would also look under as well. I know it's tough, but I mean Kansas City's really not like tearing the cover off the ball, kind of like how Detroit is. So you might can see like a 3-1 type of game here, 3-2, something like that. But I do like the Royals in the spot though.
Yeah, I think that you mentioned the under, maybe a Tigers team total under, but I really don't want to bother with Paddock. Yeah. I'm just not interested in Paddock for this one. Moving on to the Toilet Bowl series of the weekend, you have the Rockies taking on the Pirates. So for this one, you're looking at Freeland against Burrows. Yeah, it sounds about right. For the pricing, you see Pittsburgh about minus 170. See the Rockies at around plus 145. For the over-under, I see 8.5. Now, Pittsburgh this season has been really bad, 20 games under. 6 over at home, though, so they're actually good at PNC. Rockies, though, are 30 games under 500 on the road, as they are 16-46. Now, you're looking at Freeland, who we know is not very good. He did leave his last start with a blister issue, so I'm assuming he'll be available, but we'll see. There's a chance maybe he gets scratched from this, but either way, decent against the Dodgers, 4 innings, 2 runs, and his last start before that, against the Cardinals, 7 1/3, no runs. So Freeland has been okay recently, assuming the blisters aren't going to bother him too much. Burrows has been fine. I'll put it this way. He's been better than I thought he was going to be. He's 1-4, 4.46 ERA. Very low bar. He was good last time, though, against the Cubs. 5 innings, 1 run. So we'll see how he does. But his last 2 home starts, 9 2/3, 10 earned. I think I went into the series with the expectation of kind of borrowing a play from Mal's playbook. Just take the plus money and just hope that it balances itself out. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I can't take 170 with the Pirates. I can't do it. Give me the bad Rockies with Freeland maybe pitching decently to get the job done. But Pittsburgh was laying $2 on Friday. They're laying 170 here on Saturday. They'll probably be laying again on Sunday. I'm fine with betting the Rockies in at least 2 out of 3 and taking my chances. But I'll borrow it from Mal. Give me the Rockies again at plus money.
Yeah, I like the Rockies, man. Last time we were on, they've been feisty. They've been real feisty. I like the over as well. I'm not sure what Freeland, what the extent of that blister is that you talked about, but like, and Burrows is also like being monitored. Like his innings are being monitored by Pittsburgh, so I'm not sure how long he'll go as well. He's not like won a game since June 4th, so that just goes to show you, how bad it's been. But he's pitched okay. I mean, 2 or less in 4 of his last 6. But lately, he's allowed 10 earned in his last 2 home starts. So I like the over. I like the Rockies. I think price point is just way off. Probably should be like around 140-ish.
Yeah, I think I agree, but 170 is just too big for me. So give me the Rockies, even though I'm not happy about it. Moving on to the next game, the Astros taking on the Orioles. The Brandon Young almost perfect game was a complete fluke as he got destroyed yesterday. As for this one, you have Javier going up against Kramer. So for this one, Houston is a slight dog. Kramer and the Orioles are about minus 125. I see the Astros at about plus 105. For the over-under, I see around 9 for this game. So Javier has not pitched much this season. He's been okay, though. A 3.38 ERA. Against Baltimore last start, 3 innings, 1 run. So he was fine, just didn't go any distance. And against the Red Sox before that, 5 innings, 2 runs. So far, Javier has been okay with no length attached to it. As for Kramer, he's been up and down all year. Been good at home, though, 2.67 ERA. Been great recently. Last 2 starts, 15 innings, 1 run allowed. So he's been really good. Then again, his last start was against Baltimore, and we just saw how the Astros did the second time around against Young. Maybe we'll see the same thing happen in this one, where they saw Kramer before, who was really good against them, make some tweaks, and maybe they torch him. I'll go for the plus money here. I understand that Kramer might be better than Javier because he goes more distance right now, but in reality, I still think Houston's a better team, and the records definitely suggest that. Plus money for Houston, I don't mind it. I see a borderline coin flip for me. Give me the plus money.
Yeah, that was kind of what I landed on as well. Javier did leave his last start. He had an illness, and that was versus Baltimore. So, but they said he's back. They say he's good to go. He flew separate from the Orioles. I mean, not from the Orioles, from the Astros whenever they left. So he should be good to go. He's only had two road starts so far, 1 good, 1 bad. So it's not a big sample size. Kramer's, he's coming off 114 pitches, a career high. And I think you talked about it, which you like kind of fading pitchers off of those, extensive pitch counts, and especially if they're pitched well. And he did pitch well. He threw 7 scoreless at Houston. So I think
to be clear, I like the fade pitchers who just pitched well against the same team.
Yeah, that's it. No. I'm just saying. I remember you saying about like we both faded like Gavin Williams after that.
Yes.
No.
Well, the Williams one was egregious. He threw 126 pitches.
Yeah, right.
That was insane.
Yeah, right. So, but I'm in the same line. Like I like if you're not like an above average pitcher, if you're somebody who, I mean, Kramer's fine, but he's not like in the upper echelon of pitchers. It's like, so when you have a out of body experience, I mean. And he pitched a really good game. I like to always fade to come back down to earth here. So I like the Astros, and I think the plus money is enticing. So I'll take the Astros on the road.
Yeah, I just like the plus money because we know Baltimore stinks. So I think that getting that price is pretty favorable for me. Moving on to the next game, Guardians taking on the Rangers. So for this one, both teams are slowly falling off a cliff. Texas did already. Guardians are following them right now as they're 2 over 500, but they got leapfrogged by the Royals, so the playoffs don't seem that likely for Cleveland. You have Allen against Leiter for this one. For the pricing, I see the Rangers around minus 125. I see Allen and the Guardians around plus 105. I see a plus 110, though. For the over-under, I see around 8.5. So both pitchers kind of similar Allen's been fine this season. 7-9, 3.87 ERA. Leiter 7-7, 4.06 ERA. The issue, though, is always walks with Leiter. He's walked at least 2 guys in every outing this season except for 4. So he's walked a bunch of guys. He's walked at least 3 people in 6 of his last 7. So a bunch of guys get on base. He's been, once again, leaving a bunch of base runners on, so that's a bit dangerous. But I think Allen's better than him, and I think that plus money's not that bad. Same argument as Houston. I mean, technically, Cleveland does have the better record than Texas. They're around 500, but I think Allen is better than Leiter. So I'll go with Allen and the Guardians plus money. I don't trust either team. Texas has been struggling, so has Cleveland, but maybe you could convince me about Leiter, but it has not been pretty watching him work recently because he just walks so many guys. Yeah. The command's all over the place. Allen has been kind of a back-end starter for years, and he's alternated between the majors and AAA. He's been fine this year. I don't really have an issue with Allen that much. Give me the Guardians at plus 110.
Yeah, I think we agreed on everything so far. But yeah, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing it the same way. I also love the under. If you look at Allen, like he has a bit of he's had some walk issues as of late as well. 11 in his last 3, but he's had 2 or less earned runs allowed in 6 of his last 8.
Yeah,
he hasn't pitched much on the road. It's not a big sample size, but when he has, he's been okay. And like 8 of his last 10 starts have been at home, which is just how it lines up, so to speak. And I think you hit on everything with Leiter. But he's been dominant at home, though. If you look at his last 5 home starts, obviously you have the walks there. He's allowed 2 or less in all of those. And I think only allowed over 1
I need to
run.
see the distance, though, because he only went 3 1/3 against the Yankees.
Yeah. I think he goes I think it's between like 4 1/3 and like 5 2/3 or something like that. It's not. I mean, he's not going to go with 10. He's not going to go with 10 of
the Yankees won. He walked 4 guys. They pulled him in 3 1/3. But for the most part, you're assuming 5.
Yeah. So I like that. So I like the under. I like Cleveland as well. I think you're getting a good lot of value with Cleveland. Both teams are similar offenses. I mean, can't get a ton. I mean, Cleveland's batting. They got a 650 OPS in August. So I don't think we see a lot of runs here. So similar to what we talked about with like a coin flip game, you just take the underdog. It's just that we have 2 better teams than Pittsburgh and Colorado. So I'm going to go with the Guardians here with Allen on the mound over Leiter.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, though, before we get into that, actually, a reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is, of course, MyBook.ag. Because you can use them to bet on baseball, WNBA, golf, tennis, and, of course, football futures. You can also use a ton of locations. Use crypto for deposits and payouts. When you sign up for a new account, use the code SGPN to get a 50% deposit match up to $1K. Terms and conditions apply with the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought by Rhythm because they have a lot of great models you can build for different sports. They have football for the NFL and college. They also have golf. They have WNBA and baseball. So check out the models. They also have some great props that they actually prepare for you with these smart signals. Check that out for football. Last year, they were great for particular players. They had Tyreek Hill props going 13-5 for an ROI of 31%. Check out the different sports, though. Also, check out the site today. Start building your model for week 1 of the NFL season. And a reminder, get a free trial for a week by using the link that we have with Rhythm. Use the link sportsgamblingpodcast.com Rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finish going through the first couple games for Saturday. Time to keep it going with the next game. Moving on to the Twins taking on the White Sox. So both teams we know are not very good. White Sox been bad all year. The Twins sold off the entire team at the deadline. For the actual matchup here, I'm looking at actually see lines on this one, despite not having a listed pitcher for Minnesota. Minus 118 for Minnesota, plus 100 for Chicago. The over-under is actually available at around 9 for this game. So we have no pitcher listed for Minnesota. You got Martin going for the White Sox, who's been fine this season. A 3.94 ERA. Been pretty decent lately. Last start, 6 innings, 1 hit against the Royals. So he also walks a lot of guys, but he's been pretty good lately. I don't know who's pitching for Minnesota, but I guess I'm on the White Sox because I don't think Martin's that bad.
Martin is not that bad. He's not at all. He's coming off 6 scoreless at Kansas City. He does have some walk issues as well, though. 3+ in 4 of his last 6. But can you take a? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but who do you think is going to be for the Twins? You think they go with like a spot starter? I think it's going to be like more like a bullpen type of game.
I have no idea. In reality, when you have a team that fully embraced the youth movement, you can call up anybody for any type of
and for that exact reason as well. I like the White Sox. We got a known commodity. White Sox have been, like I said, man. These two teams at the bottom of the league with the White Sox and the Colorado Rockies, they've been playing hard as of late. They've been winning games, trying to carry over some momentum. I've been betting on them a lot lately, so I'm gonna take the White Sox at home.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, Giants taking on the Brewers. So for this one, good pitching matchup. You have Webb against Peralta. For the pricing, I see the Brewers at around minus 122. I see a 135, but FanDuel and Rogan is 122. For the Giants, I see plus 115. For the over-under, I see it being set at around 7 or 7.5. Yeah, give Milwaukee. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I think the price is way too short. Yeah, Milwaukee's great at home. We know Webb's been very good this season, but every year he's much better at home than on the road. Absolutely. Peralta leading the league in wins. You know why? Because he pitches well and they score him a bunch of runs of support. So I'll go with the Brewers. The Giants got blasted by the Padres over the last few days. Sounds right to me. I think that Webb can go fine, but I don't trust the bullpen. I don't trust Webb on the road. I do trust Milwaukee, especially at home, and I trust Peralta. Give me the Brewers at minus 122. What an insanely cheap price.
Yeah, this is pretty easy for me. I mean, if you are going to give me the Brewers at home with Freddie Peralta, with how well he's been pitching, on top of how well Milwaukee's been playing for seemingly like 2 months, this is like disrespectful almost. I mean, and if you look at Webb, he is coming off 7 scoreless, but if you look prior to that, he allowed 4+ in 3 of his prior 5. His hit rate is up, not the right place you want to be with your hit rate being up in Milwaukee. So pretty cut and dry for me. I think Milwaukee is the spot here. Disrespectful line. This should probably be like 1. What have the Giants done to be warranted? I mean, I know Webb's okay.
The Giants still they've lost repeatedly for the last
exactly. So I'm like I mean, I know Webb is good, but he's not like Scooble or like Kershaw or vintage Kershaw or anything. Like he's
for reference, by the way, the Giants have lost 10 of their last 12.
And you're telling me that Milwaukee's only laying $1.35?
I saw 122.
Yeah,
so,
I don't. As long as like I would literally lay 160, 165. Maybe
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like
I like Milwaukee run line in this game.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm fine with it. I understand that Webb is the best pitcher on the staff. Like I'm aware that Logan Webb is objectively really good, and I get that he has 11 wins this season. But his ERA on the road's 3.7, so he has been worse. And in his last couple starts, he's been very solid. I'm aware of it, but I do think Milwaukee's a different animal. Milwaukee, worst case scenario, can build the pitch count, and if Webb only goes 5 and change or 6, good luck to you. Because his bullpen's not very good. So I think Milwaukee's very, very cheap.
Yeah, it's the easiest bet. It's the easiest bet in the card.
I think it is. Yeah. It could be a trap. I don't even care. Milwaukee's too good. Moving on to the next game, the Mets taking on the Braves. The Braves have owned the Mets so far this season. And the Mets, we know, just can't get out of their own way. For the pricing here, though, or for the actual matchup, you have Holmes against Quantrill. Shout out to Quantrill, who's now on a new team. The Braves, people wanted to make some moves, and instead of blowing up the team, they acquired Eric Fetty, Carlos Carrasco, and Cal Quantrill. Yeah, that's a hell of a trio you got there for acquisitions. But either way, Quantrill making his first start with Atlanta since getting claimed off waivers. I believe it was yesterday. But either way, for this one, the Mets are minus 125. The Braves are about plus 105. For the over-under, I see 9.5. Now, we know Quantrill has not been good this season. 4-10, 5.5 ERA. It's Cal Quantrill, what you expect. Now, 2 of his last 3 starts, he's been getting shelled. He gave up 7 earned in 2 of his last 3. So we'll see how he does in this one. But for Holmes, he has not been very good recently either. So that could be a bit problematic for the Mets. Holmes was good last start. Actually, I take it back. He's been pretty decent. Last start, 5 innings, 1 run against the Mariners. I forgot that one. Because last start against Atlanta, he got shelled. 3 2/3, 5 runs. 5 innings, 2 runs against the Guardians. 3 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs against the Padres. So he's been alternating mostly. But Atlanta did shell him about a week and a half ago. So I like the over in this game. I'm ignoring the sides. Both bullpens could be egregious at times. Holmes, we know, walks a bunch of guys. His innings can be underwhelming at times. We know Quantrill's not very good either. Just give me the over. I'll back either bullpen worst-case scenario to fall apart. But for a total of about 9.5, I think that one team could go crazy. you might have a 4-4 game in like the 7th inning, and then the game kind of explodes from there too.
Yep.
I see a couple paths, but 9.5 I think is appealing for an over. Give me the over in this game.
Yeah, man, I love the over as well. Holmes has had some length issues. He could be wearing down a bit. So I think that is to be monitored. 9 earned in 13 and a thirds and 3 starts versus Atlanta. 15 walks in that span. 15 walks in 3 games versus Atlanta. And Atlanta's offense has been pretty good. So especially at home. So I love the over in this spot. Quantrill's 15 earned in his last 3. Atlanta saw him pitch against them and allow 1 earned, and they're like, you know what? Come join us.
You're going to look really nice next to Fetty and Carrasco.
Yeah, I mean, forget about the 2 other starts that he had in that little 3 start stretch. He allowed 7 in the other 2. 7 each.
Yeah, the Braves have turned into the I can fix him organization when it comes to old starting pitchers.
Good luck. I like the over. I would not be shocked if the Braves. I mean, I would not be shocked if the Mets kind of put it on the Braves here.
Either way, I like the over.
Yeah,
I just see runs in this game.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next game, you have the Reds taking on the Diamondbacks. So the Reds, we know, are trying to catch up to the Mets. And right now in the standings, they are half a game back. So once again, you're looking at Abbott going up against Krismet for this one. You're looking at the Reds at minus 124. I see the Diamondbacks at plus 110. For the over-under, I see 9. Pretty simple for me. Krismet, so far this season's been fine. 1.8 ERA, but he's made 1 outing, so not really much of a sample. As for Abbott, he's been really good. 8-3, 2.28 ERA. He's been good on the road. Last start against Milwaukee, who's been on a roll. 7 innings and no runs. So give me Abbott. Pretty simple for me. Price is too cheap. I think the Reds should be like minus 135, minus 140. Abbott is a monster. Give me the Reds at like minus 124.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I'm not going to take the Reds. Something that concerned me a little bit, if you look at Abbott, I mean, Abbott is good. He has been good all year. He's allowing a bit more contact than earlier this season. Like, look at his hit rate as of late. And if you look at it on the road, he's not been as sharp. I mean, obviously not as sharp as he's not out of this world bad, but a little bit worse than what we're accustomed to seeing from him. Krismet's, second run through the rotation, 1 earned in 6 innings at Colorado, but obviously this is a different animal. The Reds, ultra motivated. I know you can probably say that about half of these teams, but I do think that plays a part in this specific game, which is why I would go with their side. I'm just not going to bet it because I think Arizona's offense has been a little bit better as of late. I would go over, to be quite honest. I know over in Abbott is not like a parallel to, or a parlay you want to put together with how well he pitches, but with his hit rate being as high as it's been, I can kind of see some runs being scored here, so I would go over.
Yeah, I think that for this game, I can understand it in Arizona, of course. I might consider a Reds team total over, but I like Abbott, so I think I'll just go with him instead. Moving on to the next game, Dodgers taking on the Padres. Big series, might determine the division. We'll see. You have Glasnow against Cortez. Not the starter you want for San Diego against the Dodgers. But either way, Glasnow and the Dodgers are minus 135. See the Padres at plus 115. For the over-under, I see 8 or 8.5. Cortez stinks. He got shelled by the Giants last start in the first inning. Glasnow has been good so far this season. He's been injured, but when he came back, he's been pretty good. I'm going Dodgers. I get San Diego at home can be dangerous, but I think Cortez is just not a good pitcher. And I think the last time they saw him, Freeman hit a walk-off grand slam in the World Series. So I don't know if Cortez has pitched against them this season, but I know Freeman's going to be happy to see him.
Yeah, he has it.
I was going to say, last time he was against the Dodgers, it was not a good outcome for him.
Much to our chagrin.
And the Yankees and Aaron Boone. So I'll go with the Dodgers at minus 135. Yeah,
I love the Dodgers in this spot. I really do think this is the best offense that Cortez would have faced so far this year. And I do think that the Dodgers might just have a mental edge over Padres. I think maybe, I don't know what it is, but Glasnow's
we'll see how the game goes tonight, but right now the Dodgers do.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. Glasnow's not allowed over 2 earned. He only allowed over 2 earned once since mid-April. He allowed 2 earned exactly in 5 innings pitched versus San Diego in his last start. So familiarity's there. I think Glasnow is going to pitch great. I would go the Dodgers first 5, laying a half a run. I also like their team total to go over in the first 5.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to the next game, Cubs taking on the Angels. For this one, you have Horton against we don't know. So for the pricing, we don't know. because there is no listed pitcher or anything, so nothing to add for this game. Any quick thoughts? Because Chicago had a pretty okay series against the Brewers. They went 3-2. But I'll ask you, because the Angels we know aren't very good. Cubs have been playing better. Are they back, or do they just not play like absolute garbage for like 5 days in a row?
Well, I think that they are price dependent. I like the -1.5, and I like their team total over. I think they absolutely crushed the Angels this weekend. I think they have a good offensive outing. I mean, Horton's been really good. I think he had like 4 games where he hadn't allowed a run, which is insane. So he's been good. I think the Cubs continue playing well going into September. Man, I think they're going to catch a little stride. If you look at their schedule, it's doable. So I think they catch a little bit of fire here, and I like them all throughout this weekend.
Yeah, I think I agree, but it depends on the line. I don't mind Horton, though.
Yeah,
Horton's
okay. For sure.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Moving on to the last game on the card. Yeah, it's a random slate with 14 games instead of 15. The Cardinals and the Rays got the day off. I don't know why on Saturday, but either way, point is
that is weird though.
Games on the card. Yeah, because I thought I was missing a banner and I'm not. Because the Cardinals
is it because
and the Rays
of some of the reschedules and stuff like that?
I'm assuming so, but both those teams are just off on Saturday. Moving on, though, to the A's against the Mariners. You have Springs against Kirby. For the pricing, Seattle -184. I see the A's at +154. For the over-under, I see 8 in this game. So Kirby this season has been up and down. He was not good against the Mets last start. He got killed. 4 2/3, 12 hits, 7 runs. He was really good before that, but the one bad outing recently might, cause for a bit of concern. For Springs, he's been also okay. 4.24 ERA. Last 2 starts, though, 8 innings pitched, 15 hits, 9 earned runs. I think I like the over in this game, but I don't feel great about it. Springs, I don't trust at all. Kirby has been overvalued for most of the season, and he did turn it around before the last start. The A's can hit, though. I think 8's too short. I'll go with the over in this game.
Yeah, I love Seattle in this spot, man.
I didn't like the 180 and change. So
-1.5. -1.5 is what I'm going with.
Yeah, so 1.5 for Seattle you can find right now at about +112.
Yeah, that's perfect. I was thinking about like +110, but yeah, that's pretty good. Kirby's been pretty dominant at home. He's coming off his worst start of the year. I think that he kind of bounced back. I think he bounces back here. The A's, obviously, their offense is a little bit down when they're on the road. I like Springs though. I mean, he just hasn't been good as of late. 9 earned in his last 2. Both of those were at home though. He's actually pitched better on the road than he has at home. He did have success against Seattle, 1 earned in 6 innings pitched last month versus them. But again, I think that Kirby and Seattle bounce back. This is a big series for the Mariners. Like they gotta get things going. So I like the Mariners -1.5. I like Kirby to have a dominant effort. I'm maybe look at his K prop as well.
Yeah, so, Gore, you're saying that Morales is pitching. I thought he was pitching tonight.
Morales? Yeah, I saw Morales tonight. I see Kirby. It's no way Morales is laying this big of a number.
Well, he wouldn't. Yeah, he's not laying a number anyway. I think you mean the other way around.
No, I mean, I don't think Morales would be like -190 against Springs.
I'm saying he's not. Seattle's -1.
Yeah. You're right. I'm sorry.
But either way, it doesn't matter. Gore's saying that Morales is going tonight. So there you go. So it's Springs, but whatever. I'll go with the over. I'm not going to bet this game, so I don't really care, to be honest. No offense. Anyway, before we get into the actual Lock and Dog picks for the show, a reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is once again Circa. We have a bunch of SGPN guys who are over there at the moment. And a reminder that right now they're hosting 3 biggest football contests of the upcoming season. They have Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Circa Rendissimo, over $21 million a year in prizes. And a reminder that you can hang out with SGPN at the Circa Contest Weekend from the 21st, 23rd of August, amazing weekend, including live shows at open bars. Plus, you get 15% off your stay at Circa with the code SGP15. A reminder, contest open to everyone. Sign up at Nevada, play for with the help of our proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Fantasy. The Olympus Mania happening all summer long. 50 million prizes. 2 million first place, no waiver wire, no trades, and a reminder that you can also use Underdog for pick'em entries. If you want to try to create your own entries, you want to 500 times your entry, so keep that in mind. They also have a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, $50 in bonus funds. We use the promo code MLB SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through all the games for Saturday. Time to move on into the Lock and Dog picks. Lonte, I'll let you go first as always. What's going to be your Lock and Dog for the card?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna let you have the Brewers, even though that's probably like our favorite play. So for my lock, say it again.
I said I might not do the Brewers. You can take them if you want them.
Oh no, I'm going to take the Dodgers. I'm going to take the Dodgers in this specific spot, man. I just really like the trajectory of Glasnow and how he's been pitching. I don't like Cortez. If I could lay like 1 run in the first 5, I would do that as well. That's how strongly I feel about it. So I love the Dodgers in this spot. And Glasnow minus 135 is probably one of the better prices on the card next to Milwaukee. So we're gonna go with a dog. I'm gonna go with our Yankees, man, plus 110 at home. It's a big spot against Crochet, one of the best pitchers in the MLB. I think that the Yankees will show up and show out. Warren's been really good as of late. He's been good at home. Hopefully we can just not screw it up by throwing the ball in the stands. Just keep it on the field. And I think we can get it done tomorrow. So let's go with Warren and the Yankees tomorrow, plus 110.
All right. So for my lock on the show, you know what? Yeah, I'll go for it. Give me the over in the Nationals and Phillies game at about 9. 9's too short. I mean, Parker's been terrible. Nola's been god-awful. Nola just faced off against the Nationals in his first start back, and he got killed. And we know the Phillies' offense is dangerous against everybody. But Parker recently, to go through the numbers, he has allowed at least 4 earned in 4 straight. His last 4 starts, he has allowed 16 innings pitched, and he's allowed a total of 22 earned runs. Yeah, he might get killed. Nola might get killed too. Give me the over 9 at minus 120 as my lock. For my dog, I'm going to go for it because I think the price is too insane. I will go with Milwaukee, minus 1.5 at plus 158. I can't turn it down. I mean, Peralta's leading the league in wins. We know Webb has been worse on the road every year of his career, basically. And even if he goes decently, this bullpen's been a mess. The Giants have gotten buried in the last couple games against the Padres. They've been just rolling over and dying. They're 2-10 in the last 12. Good enough for me. Give me Milwaukee, minus 1.5 at plus 158 as my dog for the show. Anyway, I'm moving on to the home run picks for the card. Lonte, what do you like?
Yeah, man, I think you teased it earlier. I hope I'm not taking your pick. I like Freddie Freeman. He's on a 6-game hitting streak. He did not really performed well against the Padres in their last series. He was 2 of 10, but one of those 2 was a home run. So I think he has a big series as well. He loves playing in Petco. So let's go with Freddie Freeman tomorrow to hit one.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with somebody in that Nationals and Phillies game instead.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Bryce Harper for that one. I don't know what the price is going to be. Apologies if it is a little bit cheap, but I think it's warranted. So Parker, I said before, has been really bad. Harper is 4 for 6 lifetime against them. And you're looking at the home runs. Parker's allowed 5 home runs in his last 4 starts. So I think it's a good spot for Harper to go yard here. We know that he's, of course, a great power hitter. And lefties have actually been good against Parker this season, despite him being a lefty himself. Give me Bryce Harper for the home run in what should be a high-scoring game on Saturday. Anyway, it's going to wrap it up for the show. Once again, we're back on Sunday to get into the Monday games. You can find me on Twitter at Radio. Find him on Twitter at XXLonteXX. Until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bats. Bye, everyone.